Gentlemen, this is the coin. This side is heads. This side is tails. JB, it's your call. Call it in the air.
I call heads.
Johnny Futures, it's your call. Call it in the air.
Tails never fails.
And welcome everybody to episode 12 of the Heads or Tails podcast. I'm your host for this episode. Behind the mic, it's JB, answering and responding to Futures episode 11, where you heard this sound. Now, if you heard that sound and listened to that episode, you'll know that this episode is about whether or not the ABS will ruin big moments in baseball. And Futures brought up a lot of good topics in his episode 11. Before we get going on my response, make sure you follow us here on Spotify. Head over to YouTube, sub, and give us a like or a comment on either platform. We appreciate the support. Let's get the channels growing. So before I respond to Futures, let me give you my take on ABS. I love it. I think it's well needed, long overdue. Looked up some of the stats this season so far. 54% of the time it's used, it's been successful. Think about that. More than half the times that a batter, pitcher, or catcher tapped the helmet, they've been successful. Catchers and pitchers, successful 59% of the time. Batters, not so successful at 47% of the time. So we're correcting a structural issue within the game. And I know it's human element. I know balls and strikes being called on pitches that are moving with high velocity, a lot of movement. So I could see where umpires sometimes are going to have some issues. And this is the safeguard against that ABS system. And if you've seen it so far this year, none of the games have been extended time-wise for ABS calls. It's quick. From the time the tap of the hat is made or helmet, within 15 seconds, you're back playing. So no impact on the flow of the game. But now that leads me to a brilliant point and brilliant thought by Futures. That may not impact the flow of the game, but what happens if it's the last call of the game? In all the games I've watched so far this season, I have not seen either a game that I've watched or in highlights where the end of the game, the last pitch of the game, is decided by ABS. But you know it's coming. You always see that script. The guy makes a great play in the field. Next thing you know, he's up at bat and he hits a home run. There's a free agent signing by some team and there's the former team playing that guy. And next thing you know, he hits a home run, wins the game. So those scripts are being written right now. And ABS is not immune to that script. There's going to come a point in time when the last pitch of a game is decided by ABS. You can just imagine fast forwarding to the end of the season, right? You can just imagine right now, last game of the season, game 7 of the World Series, and the call on the field is overturned either way by ABS. So the team that thought they won now has to either extend the game or now celebrate because they actually won the game and not lost it. In that brief instant before the tap of the helmet, like Futures mentioned, people are going crazy. People are going crazy. Tap of the helmet, people are now waiting anxiously. And then there's the call. So it absolutely will change the course of the excitement. Now, here's my point. I want that to happen. I want that call to be right. And if it means the flow of emotion between players, fans, anybody who's watching that game happens, then so be it. But it absolutely will dilute the excitement for one side, but equally pepper the excitement for the other side. So it's a zero-sum game, in my opinion. I think it's great that we have it. I think it should be utilized. It will absolutely impact big moments in baseball, especially that last pitch in a World Series, but you have to have it. Now, here's the thing that nobody ever talks about, and to piggyback off of Future's point, imagine that happens. Third strike, it's called. The team in the field is just Jesse Orosco, 86 Mets, throwing the mitt up in the air on the mound. Carter and the whole team, tackles him on the mound. Then all of a sudden, Jim Rice taps the helmet and they go upstairs. And it's a ball 4 and play continues. Can you imagine 1986 Shea Stadium having that happen? Then all of a sudden the field's got to clear. They got to settle everybody down. Orosco's got to get back into the groove. It's really interesting to see if that would happen. But in response to Future's great topic, yes, it will definitely impact big moments. But I think, again, it's a zero-sum game. Whatever the elation and then the deflation of that on one side and vice versa on the other. And think of that in between, the sandwich part of that, us watching that screen, looking for the red box, or it doesn't get shaded in. So it absolutely will, but I think it's so needed, so required, especially at 54% success rate. Half the calls, more than half, are wrong. So great topic by Futures. I'll be back with Dan Marino's episode, number 13 on the Heads or Tails podcast, with a new subject, new topic. Leave us a comment. Make sure to follow and subscribe wherever you listen. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Take care.